All I could say is I told you so. All I could say is I told you so, and I knew she was the problem.
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you, on you, on you. Want you on my face, so shawty, come and swing my way.
Listen, I know y'all want to get to the tea, and baby, we will. But for those of y'all that's been living under a rock, baby, my name is Santana. I only been on YouTube since like 2016. Started off going viral, telling stories about my crazy life. A couple of years later, I started doing ratchet recipes, went viral on TikTok. Then I opened up a channel, Aligning Souls, where I was, using my spiritual and psychic gifts to help the girls and whip them back into alignment. In other words, baby, she's gifted. And see, now I'm here to share all of those gifts on one channel. So I mean, whether it's a deep dive, a commentary video, cooking, music, reading horoscopes, baby, if I want to upload a video of me picking my nose and breathing for 60 minutes, I'm into it. My house, my rules. I mean, I just ask that y'all follow me over on Twitter so I can stop talking to myself. And before you go and try to seek help and seek therapy, baby, seek me. Go to my website and book yourself a personal reading if you need one. Now, feel free to sound off in the comments, but be respectful and act like you got that act right. Because, baby, while you trying to be funny, I'll be hilarious and take the show on the road every time. Now, this channel is for critical thinkers. We may not always agree. You may not always even like me. But one thing's for sure, your life will be changed after experiencing me. So subscribe. And if you can afford to take a quarter and throw it into a jar every day, and it's not going to leave you like homeless or destitute, baby, then you can afford the channel memberships. Go ahead and click that join button or go to Patreon. It's really your choice. Whatever you prefer, just give me them coins. Run me my coin. Nah, enough of me rambling, child. I think we made it past the part that was needed to get this video monetized, child. Nah, you going. Nah. Let's get into it.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
What's going on, y'all? It's Santana, aka Chi. Listen, so we got to get into it. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it because I feel like I've been the only person talking about it for like the last couple of years. Like, Claudia is a problem. And the gag is that I love Claudia, but like you can love somebody, but then you gotta love them from afar because it's just they have certain qualities that they just refuse to change. And that's Claudia. And we're definitely going to get into that once I start getting into, my past tweets and things like that. Because, I am psychic. I am a light worker, gifted, and intuitive, whatever you want to call me. But at the same time, I just read people very well. And, for the longest time, I've been feeling like, okay, Claudia's hot takes, like she needs to be called out. And I say all of that to say, because now we have this whole situation between Funky leaving TGIF. And if you didn't catch the video that I posted yesterday, which was this video right here, I basically, detailed everything that happened between Flame, Monroe, Funky Dineva, and TGIF because about a week ago, Funky Dineva announced shortly after the new year that he was leaving Fox Soul and TGIF. And of course, everybody and their mama had their opinions and questions. A lot of people was wondering, was he getting fired because of Chloe Bailey and Halle Bailey? And other people were like, okay, was it Al? Was it Claudia? Did they set him up? And then, whenever you leave a job, obviously, like there's these pleasantries, like, especially if it's a job like Fox Soul, you hardly ever see people in the industry like going off about a company. Usually that's something that comes out way later in a memoir or like in a podcast interview a la Cat Williams, right? And so for me, again, I always got to bring up the fact that I'm intuitive because I don't necessarily listen to what people say. I listen to what people don't say. And then at the same time, my intuition doesn't give a fuck what you say because my gut tells me differently. You know what I mean? Like One of my gifts is clairsentience. I just know shit that I should not know. And so when Funky was going around saying, "Oh, I just want to thank Fox Soul and and Claudia and Al and the platform," I'm just like, okay, yeah. Let's get to the shit because something happened, and I knew in my gut it was Claudia. I knew in my gut it was Claudia. But Funky being professional, he never said anything. He never said anything. Again, he posted this video yesterday and he only went live because this all started with, Funky decided he was going to do like videos here and there. His whole thing was, okay, I'm leaving Fox Soul. I realized I could put more effort into my channel. And so he was posting videos here and there, a lot more frequently than he had before he joined Fox Soul, and he was starting to build up his own channel. But then once he saw that TGIF was now hiring Flame Monroe as a guest co host, he felt offended. And the reason he felt offended is because him and Flame had prior history. And he felt like basically Flame Monroe is one of those people that holds the community back. We're not going to make it a gay thing. We're not going to make it an LGBT thing because I feel like anytime people bring up gay and LGBT topics, people try to act like they don't understand or can't relate. But baby, think of it like you do all of this work for Black Lives Matter and George Floyd and Martin Luther King and just all of these powerful, Black movements. And then you have somebody that is of Black and of the community, but panders to Trump and their supporters and the January Sixers. It's like, girl, what are you doing? And that is Flame Monroe. Flame Monroe is the token stereotype that is a pick me and will do any and everything to appeal to heterosexuals, even if it means, putting down the LGBTQ community and basically, messing up the progress that we've made. Don't like the bitch at all, and neither does Funky. And because they've had a rocky past, and it wasn't really any beef per se, it was more so just Funky not rocking with the girl, and Flame holding a grudge. Funky made it clear to TGIF, do not hire her if I'm here. And then the second that Funky left, Flame was hired. And I felt automatically Claudia definitely caused that. But Funky wouldn't say. He just went live at the same time as TGIF. And he wanted to clear some things off of his chest. So this is the video that, this is a clip from the video, the live stream that he did, a couple of days ago.
I just saw the bullshit that a bitch pulled for what it was, and I had to let that hoe know I got her number and don't play with me in my motherfucking face, smiling and kikiing while you conniving and doing some shady ass shit in the background. It's a lot of shady shit going on in the background that's been going on in the background since day one, and I've stayed quiet about it, and I'm going to remain to stay quiet about it because I don't indulge in mess, and I don't like being in beef with drama. In drama with people, but bitches is not gonna play in my face in 2024.
Now, I want to pause this really quickly because I'm not going to keep playing this clip over and over. Again, I did do a whole, deep dive video going into this topic. Go watch it. Go support it because it's not getting monetized because it was too much cursing going on. So go support it. But I did want to pause it and say, because especially as I, listen to this clip, watch the live stream along with everybody else, I had already felt like it was Claudia he was talking about. Again, Funky wanted to keep things professional and not really say anything because, you don't want to mess up, any ties. Like, come on, this isn't like high school drama. This is Fox. Okay, this is a major network, a major company. You don't want to fuck up any deals you have. And we've seen, Funky go over and play with the girls on Dish Nation, which is also on Fox around, the world. So it's just like he didn't want to fuck up his bag. So he wasn't saying names intentionally. And plus, you don't want to take your corporate drama and bring it to YouTube and then it becomes YouTube drama and then Black blog drama and then it turns into something else. So for me, again, because he's not saying names, I have to rely on my gut and my intuition. Despite what he's saying, I'm listening to what he's not saying. But something that he did say was basically, you've been playing on my top since day one. Flame Monroe wasn't there day one. But you know who was? Claudia, Al. And then, of course, there was Joyce and the other producers who produced the show. But like, Flame wasn't there. So that ruled out everything for me, period. Because that was a lot of the controversy was, again, Funky hates the fact that Flame is there. Oh, Funky's going live just to call out and air out Flame. And it wasn't that. It was Flame was being used as a pawn in somebody else's game. And again, I felt like it was Claudia. And the fact that he said, "You've been fucking with me since day one," I was like, yep, it's her. It's her.
In my life, I've always been taught to be the bigger person. And I'm going to be very honest with y'all. I don't care what the Bible's saying. I don't care what your mama and all of them say. Being the bigger person has never served me. There are people who I have shown grace to, who I should have punched in the fucking face. And literally in 2024, that's the energy that I'm on. I'm not being the bigger person anymore. I'm not turning the other cheek anymore. You fuck with me, I'm calling you out. I'm calling out your antics, your little games. I'm letting you know that I fucking see you. And bitch, two can play. It's as simple as that. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't bother people. I stay in my own little corner. I do my little commentary. I go down to the bar and get drunk. I don't bother nobody. So don't come fucking with me. And that's literally what it boils down.
Okay, so as y'all can see, he was absolutely pissed. Absolutely pissed. And like I said, I did a whole deep dive video on that. And after that was posted, I took that clip, I posted it on Twitter, and I said, I do not know who Funky Dineva was shading, child, but if it was Claudia, yikes. A lot of people have been over her anti-LGBTQ, hard, feminist, anti-all men ways, and Flame Monroe and Al Reynolds are way too male-identified and pander to straight men for their chemistry to ever work long-term. Hashtag TGIF. I didn't even realize that tweet had got 9,000 views. But I kept going and I said, I know Flame and Funky don't like each other, and Flame being invited was a slap in Funky's face. It could be production he's referring to, but whatever it is, it's a clear example of the universe sending him a wake up call. It's time to build up your own dream and start working on others. Now, a few people had responded to this. Somebody said, y'all know I have my issues with Funky Dineva, but I love how he is clearing Claudia Jordan and the whole Fox Soul platform. Somebody else said, being the bigger person has never served me. A word. Finally, Funky is playing in the wigs. I was trying to figure out what was going on. I don't indulge in mess. Baby, a lie. Bold-faced lie. Me and Funky on the same type of energies. Bitches not finna play in my face in 2024. And so, yeah. So all of that was said. All of that was said, and it wasn't until tonight. Well, some other things had happened as well, with this live stream. He called Tasha K, called Tasha K out because Tasha K had got involved. Little did he know, because Tasha K had called him, trying to get him and Flame to make amends, and she acted like everything was off the record, and then Funky basically found out like Tasha was playing him and that she was trying to record their conversation because Tasha was actually sitting down to do her interview with Flame. So it was on some petty high school, elementary type shit. Like, how like in elementary you used to try to like set people up, and you would like be on the phone on three-way, but you would tell the other person like to have a phone on mute so they could listen in on the conversation. It was basically given that, except instead of Flame Monroe being on the other end of the line, Flame was actually in person with Tasha, sitting right across from her, because they was literally about to do an interview. And so basically it was a setup. Tasha had set Funky Dineva up. Funky Dineva felt offended by that. He aired her out and basically said, listen, I'm done being friends with you. That's it. Like, I don't want to be associated with you. And as far as Flame, we have no beef. I just did not like your takes on the Breakfast Club, which he stood by and I stand by. Okay. So after that was posted yesterday, he then goes and posts a live stream today, because his new thing now is that he's doing, his own show. Basically every day that TGIF is airing, at the same time he's putting up his own show to show that, baby, I got the numbers. Okay, I got the numbers. Y'all want what I have? Like, listen, I'm the draw. And the people who have been supporting him, listen, people have been supporting him, and this is why I'm always because he's a prime example. But this is why I'm gonna always promote my music. I'm gonna always push my personal readings. I'm gonna always, push my channel memberships and Patreon, because I know that you got it. I don't judge what people spend their money on, but baby, if you can be sitting here and on people like Funky Dineva's channel, sending them $500, $100, $200, $50, like, then you got $10 for my channel membership. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be spending money on what they want to spend it on, and that's totally fine. Like the way that I be seeing people go up on Twitter and spending it on people on OnlyFans, that's totally fine. But don't complain when I'm pushing my shit, because I'm seeing everybody else collect from the pot, and then I'm just supposed to sit and be a struggling artist. I think the fuck not. Okay? But needless to say, people have been supporting Funky as they should. And, he's capitalizing off of it. So tonight was another night that he went live, and he had more to add to, what all was going on in terms of, the situation between him and Fox Soul and Flame Monroe and Tasha K. He even gave us an update. And we're about to get into that now. Go ahead and like this video while I find a timestamp.
Yes, I am the leader of the new school. Bringing cotton and a whole lot of new rules. Giving the guys to the shit, get the people. This body, this song gets me throughout. No, I don't want to kiki hoe. This shit right here on repeat, yo. Not here, one of y'all gonna see me though. In charge of the girl that Chi hoe. I'm the motherfucking queen of the shit. Who you know, running up the green till it's lit. Throwing ass when the digits turn on my head. If a bitch talk shit, then it's shout to the lips, bitch. My bitch say ignorant.
How disappointed I was. How it's hard to be friends with her. Tonight's sermon, minding my business like I.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into it.
Always do. And, once again, just when I thought Tasha K could not surprise me anymore, Tasha K let me down once again. Now, when I did the video last night, and I was telling y'all that Tasha called me with Flame Monroe on the phone, and they tried to do that whole debacle, I shut it down. I sent her a message explaining to her, how disappointed I was, how it's hard to be friends with her. I want no parts no more. And what I didn't read to y'all when I was on the air is Tasha came back and she wrote, I apologize. I understand how you could feel that way. I apologize about the Michelle Brown thing. I could understand how you feel the way you feel. And, some other stuff. And I didn't bother responding because at that point, I was just done with it. It just is what it is. So I'm in here today, getting ready to do the show, scrolling through Instagram, looking for topics to talk about. And lo and behold, pops up on my screen again. More headlines involving, me, Tasha K, and Flame Monroe. You know what I'm saying? And it says, full interview streaming. Flame Monroe shares why she's happy Funky Dineva is no longer a part of Fox Soul. Here is my problem, okay? According to Tasha, she had this interview scheduled before whatever I had going on with Fox Soul, which is very much believable because she's in LA. The question that I have is that had me and Flame, or had Flame not ever been booked on Fox Soul, what would you be using as the thumbnail and as the draw to get people to watch this interview of yours on your website about Flame Monroe? This thing with me and Flame is being blown so far out of proportion. There is no thing with me and Flame. There really isn't. And this is the second post that you've made using my name and this make-believe with him as the draw to now get people to go watch your video. So because of this, I'm now being forced to say names when I didn't want to say names. But the reason why I'm going to is because the name that I'm about to say was the conductor and the organizer of all this confusion in the first place. All right. So first thing I'm going to do.
Now, hold on to that thought. Hold on to that thought, because he makes it clear that he's going to say a name eventually. He doesn't get into it right away, but eventually he comes back around to it. And he says that the person whose name he's going to say was basically the master manipulator in all of this chaos and confusion, and is even part of the reason why him and Flame are, well, going at it right now, adding to it. And he's saying that that's where the real blame is.
Is let y'all hear what Flame said. Okay, if y'all can hear it.
I saw Funky Dineva is no longer a part of Fox Soul. Me and Funky Dineva are associates. He went live last night. He felt like people were laughing at his face and playing, behind the scenes and stuff. After his departure from Fox Soul, which he said was his decision. And he goes live at the same time. You, Claudia, and Al Reynolds go live, and his live has about 14,000. Fox Soul has about only 5,000 followers, and it was really messy in both chats. I did talk to Funky, and the first thing I asked Funky was, first of all, I told him, don't do nothing crazy. Don't do nothing that I do. But then when he went live and he didn't say anything, I said, okay, I see what you're doing. You've been doing this longer than me, obviously. Basically, I'm trying to prove a point. I'm good over here with or without y'all. There's rumors that there's an underlying beef between you and Funky Dineva.
That ain't no rumor, that's fact.
It's fact.
First of all, you said a very prolific statement when you were telling me what you just said. He left of his own accord. That's it right there. But you're so disgruntled and so angry because what is the adage in Hollywood? The show must go on. They had a great trio with her and Claudia and Al. They did. That was a great trio. They worked together comfortably. So you removed your component from the, but then you want to get upset when they bring in guests in. She's not upset that they brought other guests in. She's upset that they brought my black ass in.
Why?
Because in 2019, when I taped Are They Ready? And it came out, she made a video saying that she didn't care for me. I wasn't funny. The only reason I was on TV was because of T.S. Madison and because of RuPaul and woo. But if you was such a research analyst and such an educated person, you'd look back to see that I was on Comic View in 2004 and 5. I was on another.
And child, y'all already know the ads. Come on, monetization.
I have been on TV a few times. So I've never wanted to be somebody else. So, and I will let you ride it out because my clapback is so nasty. I just really don't want to be doing a clapback.
Here's what I suggested. I asked Funky.
Well, wait a minute. Let me finish my statement.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's okay.
And Claudia kept the show moving. I applaud Fox Soul for keeping the show moving to show that because the attitude entertainment is the show must go on. And I love that they did not let one monkey, or one junkie stop their show. I love the fact that they did not do that. Because here's the thing, the show don't run off you. You were a conductor on the train, but Fox Soul was driving the train. See, we lose our place because we think we are so popular that shit won't go on without us. How many people have been replaced? Roseanne replaced the daughter on her show without telling us anything and kept it moving and then brought the girl back. If white folks do it, what you think black folks gonna do?
All right, so y'all heard what Flame said, and here is where I got pissed. If we got issues, if we got tension, I need you to tell the truth. Flame says I'm disgruntled. And she says that the reason that she and I have an issue is because she filmed the They Ready special. And I said that she's not famous, she's not funny. And the only reason she's on TV is because of RuPaul and T.S. Madison. Those are all lies. Those are all lies. I don't even know what she's talking about. I can't judge her special because I never even watched her special. And her saying, if I did my research, I would have known that she was on TV because of BET and all these things. Let me tell you how much of a hater that I'm not. Flame, I knew you was on BET all them back in the days. And you know why? Because I watched you when I was in middle school, okay? I watched you in middle school. And to prove to you how much admiration that I actually had for your career, I always thought Flame Monroe was funny and an interesting character. I remember this lady's joke from middle school when she came out on Comic View and Cheryl Underwood was the host. And she said, ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for y'all host, Wesley Snipes. And Cheryl Underwood got upset. And when she came back out, she went off on Flame Monroe. So Flame, I knew your ass was on TV back in middle school. Here is what I don't like. Flame wants to say that the reason that we have beef is because I said she wasn't funny and all this stuff because of her comedy special. If she positions her argument that way, then it gives her validity for the toxicity that she spewed at me. First and foremost, and I'm not throwing T.S. Madison under the bus. I talked to T.S. Madison 2 days ago as we were talking about some other things. And I said, Madison, why is Flame mad with me? And she said, Dineva, it's because of that video that you did from the Breakfast Club. Flame, tell the truth. You don't have to lie to the people. See, if she positions it that I was talking about her not being funny, then she's justified in all of the things that she said to me. Address the real issue, Flame. You did that video on the Breakfast Club talking all that anti-LGBTQ and anti-trans rhetoric. And I did a video, which I wasn't even going in on you. And I was simply talking about how you are dangerous to the community and you're not for the community. But you don't want to bring light to that because that'll make you look stupid. All right. That'll make you look stupid. So you want to lie and say, oh, it's because I was talking about you not being funny. That way people think, oh, Dineva, you started it. She got the right to talk about you because you talked about her. I never said those things that Flame said. Now, the second thing that I want to address, Mama, please do not flatter yourself. Flame, for you to think that something that transpired between you and I so many years ago, that I'm sitting up here in 2023, 2024, worried about you and mad about you, baby. I said yesterday that I had no issue with you, Flame, and that you were just a pawn in a bigger game. And I realized that part of the confusion, and maybe Flame is confused, is because I didn't say a name. My issue, Flame, my issue, world, is not with Flame Monroe. My issue is with Claudia Jordan. We got it out there now?
Baby. Y'all already know the tea about to spill, baby. Go like the video.
Tell me what you wanna be. Tell me what you wanna see now. I need us to set me free. Is it them or is it me? I feel like I need some therapy. You tried to fight, but you can't escape me. My brain is racing for some sanity. My heart is racing for your clarity. I feel like I need.
My issue is with Claudia Jordan. Flame, you were just a pawn in Claudia's game. It's out there now. Now, I'm going to reserve why I have an issue with Claudia Jordan, just in case somebody want to get froggy. I'm going to leave that one in the chamber. Because that one is a semi-automatic weapon that's going to spray up everybody and everything if I unload that clip. But for the record, my issue is not with Flame. My issue is with Claudia Jordan. Flame, I'm not disgruntled. Okay? Let me be very clear with y'all. I'm actually proud of myself. I walked away from a $250,000 a year job. Most people will never see that much money in their lifetime on a job. I walked away from a $250,000 a year job on my own volition because I bet on me. And I can make more by putting that same time into my own shit like y'all are seeing right now. Who walks away from $250,000 disgruntled? Baby, I walked away from that with my head held high, empowered, feeling strong. Because if that's what I could make profit sharing with y'all, imagine what I could make doing it all by my goddamn self. Now the girls want to spill the tea. The girls want the tea. Do the girls want the tea? Baby, if I was disgruntled, I wouldn't have let that bitch go. I would have held on to my love. Not too many bitches can walk away from $250,000 for an hour and a half worth of work per week. But I'm her. I did that shit. So Flame, baby, it ain't got nothing. It don't have nothing to do with you. How dare you flatter yourself, love? How dare you? How dare you?
Well, there y'all have it. There y'all have it. Funky he said he wasn't unloading a clip, but baby, that was something. That was something. That was a silencer or something, child. But he definitely opened up the cage. And I'm sure that all of what he said is about to go crazy on the blogs. It's about to go crazy on the blogs. And I'm sure, as usual, people probably going to mishear the message because of the messenger. People probably going to be focused on him saying $250,000 a month, a year, and be focused on how much he was making. And why this man that's always attacking a woman. Y'all know how y'all do. Y'all know how y'all do it. And I'm not even going to give y'all a chance to do it. Matter of fact, let's back this all the way to fact back up. Okay. Let's back this all the way the fact back up, okay? Because I'm not even about to give y'all a chance to do what I know y'all gonna do. Because one thing about me, I use Twitter as a sort of a like diary almost. Okay, but it's good for receipts. Okay, because the second that I'm feeling or thinking something, I go to Twitter. Okay, and I may not have all the receipts, but I got enough. I got enough. Okay, so let's just go through tweets. Some let's see, because I already know people gonna try to turn this into a oh Funky is always coming after a woman and no. Mm-mm. So let's see. Got a tweet right here where I said, and I look at Portia dating the married African child. But I was defending Claudia. Okay, this is 2022. Because I'm one of those people that felt like Claudia was really good on on Housewives. And it was one of my favorite seasons, actually. And I loved her on Housewives. And I still feel like she needs to go back to Housewives. And every time people brought up a Housewives cast, I always mentioned Claudia. She was always in my dream team Real Housewives of Atlanta Dream Team cast. Every single time I always mention her name. Always. Because I felt like she was perfect. And even after she was on Housewives, I would watch the next 15 simply because of her. Started watching Cocktails with Queens because of her. Started watching TGIF because of her and Funky, whatever. Okay. So let's just go through my tweets. I didn't even know I got that many on this. You don't know what the hell. I didn't even know I got this many responses on this tweet. Child, I guess it was Portia and Claudia going back and forth. Okay. I don't know. I thought that these tweets was gonna be in chronological order, but they all over the place, child. They are all over the place. Okay. But yeah, even as recently as a couple of weeks ago, I posted I'm actually a huge fan of Claudia's. I just hate some of her damn hot takes. Oh, yeah, and I had posted a video of her and her girls eating a seafood boil on the carpet floor, and I was just like, "That's crazy." Let's see. Okay, like right here. This is from 2022. I said I want everybody to let the nostalgia go and understand that Nene, Phaedra, nor any other OG can save Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're 15 years into the shit. How many times are we gonna read the same book? Season 5 worked because Kenya and Portia worked. We need better cast of producers, right? Then I also tweeted, I said for years that Rowan needs the new blood season. Have the remaining OGs introduce a new crop of girls and let the OGs pop in and out as friends, mentors of the cast. Or just make the cast Latoya, Eva, Drew, Portia, Claudia, Shamari, Marlo, Kenya, and Candy. Friends, Fallon, and Shamia, whatever. Okay. But nonetheless, I would always tweet that out like periodically because people are always talking about bringing Nene back and their favorite or dream team cast, whatever. So it was very often that I would post about wanting Claudia back on Housewives. So it's not that I didn't want to see a bitch do good. I wanted to see her do good, right? But let's see if I can find some of these homophobic ass tweets because that's really my point. October 8th, 2022. So this is about a year and some change, a year and a couple of months. I said every couple of months, Claudia sticks her foot in her mouth and lets her slip show. And it's always surrounding topics dealing with the gay community. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. Yes, LGBTQ people are exploited, but so are Black people. Why is it so hard for people to understand everyone deserves to be seen? It's like, unless it's a story about Black people in the woe is me struggle, a lot of the Black community can't understand or possibly even relate to being underrepresented. I will never understand it nor agree with this level of entitlement and superiority a lot of folks be feeling. You can't quote in quotes Claudia has said, you can't compare it to being Black because Black people had the civil rights movement and it's about fighting for human rights. And I said, bitch, what? Claudia really fucked up with that line. A lot of her takes on TGIF be very homophobic and I'm over it. And I would post shit like that a lot, like a lot. Even right here in this tweet right here, it's another tweet where I'm talking about Roa and bringing Claudia back. So I could separate my dislike for Claudia's hot takes, but still. Okay, I'm so glad that the YouTube TGIF comments are noticing Claudia Jordan's bias as ways and starting to call her out on it. Okay, even right here, the day before Christmas, we found out Just Hilarious was the official host of Breakfast Club, and I mentioned Just and Claudia were my top picks for it. So again, still giving her her flowers, even in the midst of me, spraying her. Okay. Let's see. All of this is housewife shit. I'm trying to get to more about TGIF because I know I was definitely like leaving comments on the page. Now, on September 13th, I posted who the hell is this? Because I think this is when like they started doing like TGIF has started doing a whole bunch of like I think this is when Funky had his foot surgery, and then it was just like having a whole bunch of different people, and then it was Al versus Dr. Heavenly or whatever. And I was like, listen, Foxhole, don't start giving us any ideas now, because we the people is tired of Claudia and her tie as LGBTQ takes as it is. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. April 24th, 2022. I just refuse to believe Claudia Jordan is 50. That woman don't look a day over 36. Okay. February 25th, I wrote Lisa Ray does not look 55 and Claudia Jordan does not look 50. What is going on? Giving them their flowers. Okay. On January 8th, last year, I said Claudia Jordan said you can't do anal then fuck a girl in the Oh no, that was this. That was a couple of days ago, but I found it funny. She said you can't do anal then fuck a girl in the pussy without a full shower because it throws the pH balance off. Okay, so July 24th, when the whole cis versus fish and all of that shit was going on, I wrote, to be honest, this is exactly how Claudia Jordan feels as well. So when y'all get done dragging Jess, y'all going over to TGIF page and light her ass up too. Her meaning Claudia, because I'm sure they're going to cover this story today, and I already know she's going to share similar sentiments. Okay, I just had to block somebody today. Sorry to you if you're watching my channel. You just, I can't trust the comments. Listen, certain things, I listen. If I see certain trigger words that I already know, oh, you're gonna be a problem in the future, or I can't say certain things because this is probably gonna piss you off. It's just best you not comment. Love me from a distance. It's just best you not comment because I'm not censoring myself on my channel. Okay, baby, over here we call people fish. I'm LGBT. Like, what you want? The fact that Claudia is still doing it 7 months later is a pattern. Yep. Mm-hmm. I wrote this on June 4th. The fact that Claudia is still doing it 7 months later is a pattern at this point. That's who that lady is, because she had did it again on June 4th, 7 months later, right? Claudia Jordan really do look like a white girl without makeup. Gorgeous, but I was not expecting that. Trying to see. I could have sworn there was some videos up here. Oh, right here. And then yeah, right here. I quoted my tweet from October 8th. I said, I really want to know what's up with this hard on that Claudia has for the LGBT community, because let anybody say anything about a woman or a black woman or try to hold them accountable, she immediately runs to the black woman card and the, oh, what was me? I'm the most disrespected in the world mantra. And what I meant by this was, I have been an avid fan of Cocktails with Queens and TGIF since its inception. And I had noticed that Claudia was getting increasingly frustrated with topics coming up and women having to be held accountable or responsible for something. And I don't know if it's because she felt like, well, I'm on a panel with two gay men and I'm getting ganged up on. We need to go find some gay stories and shed, do some negative stories about them. But out of nowhere, we just started getting bombarded with trans and LGBT topics that wasn't even talked about, like that nobody really cared about. It was just random ass topics, and it felt very much like y'all not just gonna sit here and drag women all day. We're gonna bring some gays and shit into it, like, and it just felt real homophobic. And I started calling it out. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Even here, I say it again. I hate her takes, but I want her back. Okay. Claudia Jordan and Tasha K are the last people I want to hear from when it comes to a discussion of trans identity and how it relates to womanhood. Every other word out of their mouths is always some bullshit. Wrong messengers. Okay. Are there any clips? Are there any clips? Let's see if there's any clips. Okay, it's just like a lot of housewives talk. Okay. March 1st, 2022. I said it's crazy how just the other day, Twitter was in a frenzy over fake tweets trying to place black people in the middle of this war shit, only for Claudia Jordan and Selena to get up on their platform and regurgitate those same exact statements. I just need for the culture to do better. Forgot what I was referring to, but okay. Okay, so right here, I am truly disgusted by the Haley Bailey pregnancy argument on TGIF. Claudia seriously needs to be checked. She literally represents that ignorant Southern black woman that's homophobic and has zero accountability for anything. And I'm glad Funky called it out and said that's why they be calling you homophobic and transphobic in the comments now. See, I knew I was going to come across something. It's a good thing that I tweet shit because this exact tweet right here and this right here, we all have noticing the tension between Funky and Claudia. It was the Chloe Bailey situation. That's when I started noticing the tension between Funky and Claudia. And this was August 23rd, right? Let me repeat this. I said, I'm truly disgusted by that Haley Bailey pregnancy argument on TGIF. Claudia seriously needs to be checked. She literally represents that ignorant Southern black woman that's homophobic and has zero accountability for anything. And I'm glad that Funky called it out and said that's why they be calling you homophobic and transphobic in the comments now. Because Claudia, what the fuck? The entire time she kept asking if Al ever lied, it felt like she was referencing him not being straight with Star Jones. Then when she said don't out Hallie, that's then when she oh my god, then when she referenced how it's okay to not say anything to feminine men, but pregnant women are protected. Bitch, what? I'm about done with this hoe. Her and that protect every woman no matter what without accountability and responsibility mindset is exactly why so many Krishan Rocks out there now. Stop protecting these dumb bitches and start giving tough love. Please, I'm over it. Now, mind you, before we even get into the clip, this was August 23rd. I called out Claudia, I called out Krishan, I called out Hallie. Now look where the fuck we are. January 10th, 2024. Funky is calling out Claudia for shady business. Hallie Bailey just revealed that she was pregnant the whole entire time after gaslighting us. And when you do the math in your head, you realize that she got pregnant less than 2 months after she got online supporting the same boyfriend that was cheating on her in that same month. So she essentially got pregnant to one up her boyfriend's ex. And baby, just Krishan. No example needed. But let's get into this clip from TGIF when Claudia was showing her motherfucking ass.
Have you ever lied to the public about anything? We all have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's very easy for us to sit.
Let's run that back one more time because she knew what she was doing, and she does this a lot on TGIF. Does it a lot, and I clocked it every time. But listen to what she says to him, because you have to consider the fact that Al Reynolds. See, I don't know how old y'all are, but back when Al was with Star, he looked like a gay man with Star. Honestly, he did. He did. I don't know. Al seems to think that he's a straight white male, straight masculine white male. But everything about him gives gay masculine, even when he was with Star Jones. So people kind of like suspect it, but like he didn't come out officially until like years of people kind of like, are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay? And then officially, like out of nowhere, within like the last maybe 5-10 years, it became, oh, Al Reynolds was gay. But for the longest time, it was the talk of the town. It was all over media takeout. Like it was, what is Al Reynolds? Is he gay? Like it was a huge thing, right? He only recently became somewhat comfortable in his sexuality. He's still not. And that was part of his trajectory on TGIF. So when Claudia asks what she's about to ask, it's like, oh, bitch, that's dirty. And I caught it. I went through the comments. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but I caught it.
Have you ever lied to the public about anything? We all have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's very
She
easy
knew
for
she
us
was
to
doing
I'm
with
sit.
that.
talking about a picture, Claudia. You
I
can't
know,
say,
but I'm
I'm
just
not
saying.
pregnant, look at me, and that's a bold-faced lie. We have a right to be offended if you're going to play with my intelligence. It's a bold-faced lie. No, you're not offended when someone bold-faced lies to you in
Not
the
about
public?
something as sensitive as that. Have you ever?
She should have stayed home. She should have
No.
stayed home.
Y'all
You
are.
can't. I think the thing that I think it's one thing to not tell us. I can respect that, but there's another for you to visibly be pregnant and be like, "I'm not." We see you. Like, what are we doing here? We see it. So then let me ask you this.
Okay.
What's the appropriate response then? I clearly see that the sky is blue, and you're telling me it's red.
And then you're going to show me a picture.
And I want you to just pay attention to her. She's trying to find, it's like, oh, damn, my foot is against the fire. And like, they're so right, but I got to protect women. Like, how can I deflect? It's like, girl, just what they're saying is right. Like, girl.
Let me ask you this.
Submit you wrong.
What's the appropriate response then? I clearly see that the sky is blue, and you're telling me it's red.
And then you're going to show me a picture. You're going to show me a picture to support your claim.
I just feel like we tend to pick and choose when it's okay to keep things to yourself, and she shouldn't be outed until she wants to tell us herself.
Then she should have stayed home.
No, she should not. She should stay home to appease you. Who are you? Who are you?
You can't have it all way. Claudia, you can't be pregnant and we see it and be like, I'm not.
And Funky never lied. Funky never lied. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see what else I got. Let's see what else I got. So somebody commented Claudia's from Rhode Island and she's biracial, half Italian. That part, I'm muting an account. Why? Claudia likes to pick and choose who deserves respect and privacy and who doesn't. That entire conversation was wrong on so many levels. Claudia picked a co-host. She liked that they're both controversial, so don't get mad now. If it was Dini, she would have agreed with them. I don't know about that, but let's keep going.
Hetero.
Okay. So this was actually 2 months before this. Okay. So this, if the Halle Bailey shit was August 23rd, this was 2 months before on June 22nd, where I said, y'all, what is wrong with Claudia Jordan? A porn star is threatening to leak a sex tape. And then Claudia's response is, you can't fault a girl who has feelings. Let me repeat that. I said a porn star is threatening to leak a sex tape. And Claudia's response is, well, you can't fault a girl who has feelings. Now, let that had been a nigga doing revenge porn, we wouldn't have heard the end of Protect Black Women. This is the shit I be talking about.
I'm speaking for the heteros out here and the women, okay? So y'all be wild and free in the gay world and screwing everybody and leaving phones and catch-alls and all that kind of stuff. I guarantee you this man was...
Now, let me pause that right there, because here's the thing. Here's the problem with this show. Because it's cute when it's fun and shady, but then you can also slip in some real truth in there. And that would be the problem with this show. It's like they would throw cute and fun shade, but then sometimes it would dig a little too deep. Because it's like, it's cute and fun, but at the same time, you already have a underlying homophobic turn. What do you call it? Like a underlying homophobic tone, Claudia. So it cuts a little different. And then especially on a topic where you're already sounding homophobic, like, girl.
I'm speaking for the heteros out here and the women, okay? So y'all be wild and free in the gay world and screwing everybody and leaving phones and catch-alls and all that kind of stuff. I guarantee you this man was not telling her that. Like, I've been with men like this before, and they absolutely make you feel like it's like, no, it's different with y'all. I'm telling y'all.
I mean, that's called, Claudia, excuse me, that's called game. That's called a wealthy young black man. He's 21 and he's screwing a porn star. He went to Duke University. He's tired of those little white girls that be rolling around his bed. He got him a big, voluptuous, beautiful porn star. He's going to tell her whatever he needs to make sure she takes care of what his needs are. Like, come on, I just can't, I refuse to believe that you women in this century believe what's coming out of rich young men's mouth who get women every minute on the minute, DMs full that you actually believe that what they're saying to you is the gospel. Your self-esteem can't be that low.
It's not about self-esteem. And I'm speaking to you as a woman that opens up her body to a
And
man.
her legs.
In my legs, yes, I have, because I have a vagina. So anyways, let me speak on that. I'm just saying, it's not always so sinister, like, you know where you at, and it's an arrangement. Sometimes people get this, and she's obviously fucked up over this. Listen, am I saying she's smart? No. Am I saying she's gullible? Am I saying she's not gullible? She's absolutely gullible, but I'm saying we can't fault her for having feelings. Have y'all ever been heartbroken before?
All right, you
And that's what I'm talking about. Like she be having those fucked up takes. It's just like, girl, the lady was wrong. The lady was wrong. She was threatening to do revenge porn, and your response is you can't fault a girl who has feelings. You never had your feelings heartbroken. But see, if it was a man, then we would not hear the end of Protect Black Women. And I hate when people do that. Like, I hate that whole self-righteous, I'm going to use these movements for personal gains, a selfish narrative. I hate all of that. And that's very much the type of person that Claudia is, wrapped up in homophobia. Now, let me see. I'm trying to see if there was any other examples at this point. I don't see any other. But by this point, hopefully you get the gist. So when Funky gets online and he actually airs out the fact that, yeah, it was Claudia. Claudia started this mess. Claudia went and intentionally, strategically hired Flame, knowing our history. Because Funky's whole thing was, listen, if I don't work there, then I don't work there. So I don't have a say who works there. But if I'm working there, then I have a say who comes and fills my spot. And that's okay, y'all. That's okay. It's like a teacher. A teacher has a right to say, I want this sub or I want that sub. That's how it works. That's how it works. My mother was a teacher. I've known teachers. Like I like that's how it works. You don't want any old sub just coming into your class because it can fuck up the flow and the structure and and it's a representation. You know, it's a look on you. Like, you have a right to say. So while Funky was on the show, he did not want Flame there. And the fact that Funky left the show and then finds out that they immediately went to go get Flame as a co-host, when all this time they've been using the hell out of Dr. Heavenly and the girl from Houston and Carlos King and all these other people, but now all of a sudden they want to go hire Funky's enemy, nemesis. Yeah, that's Claudia Jordan's doing, and I want to know what the rest of the tea is. I really, really want to know. Not even on some messy shit. I just want to know because I've been in the comments forever telling her, girl, you need to relax with the way that you just be attacking the LGBT community in the way that you just be going so hard for women that are dead ass wrong. Like, and the more shows and more episodes that came out, other people would feel the same way and would comment the same thing. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that this is going to be all over the blogs. It's going to be all over the news. You know, I don't feel like Funky needs to fuck with Tasha K ever again. I don't feel like Funky. And I left a long ass comment again on, because the first live that he did on the 8th, I had left a comment, you know, saying what he should do in terms of like Brandon now. I do believe that he needs a show. I don't see him committing to 5 days a week. Eventually he's going to get tired of that, but he needs a show either 2 days a week or 3 days a week. And he could call it the Funky Bunch, and he can have breakfast segments where he calls it the Funky Brunch. You know, he can do cooking segments where he calls it the Funky Lunch. He can do, you know, sex segments where he calls it the Funky Hunch. You know, it could be real cute. It could be real cute. I don't feel like he needs to, you know, entertain any of these opportunities, because he did also mention that, you know, there are shows and networks that's looking at him, that's hitting him up. And Funky, I'm here to tell you, do not listen to them. Do not listen to them. Those are great opportunities. for someone else. And let this be a lesson to y'all in the back, right? You got to step out of fear and step into faith. Growth is uncomfortable. What you want is literally right on the other side of your uncomfortability. Anytime you get too comfortable and too complacent, that means you're not growing and you're not headed in the right direction. That it just is what it is. Not saying that you need to head towards conflict and chaos. No, because even in the midst of chaos, you know, there will be notifications and downloads and, you know, signs from the universe that you're headed in the right direction. You know, you ever heard like the rainbow after the storm, or like the calm before the storm? Like, you'll know what you're doing. But going back to situations that you were just in, that would be comfortable, funky, and clearly the universe is talking to you, and you might feel like, okay, well, maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing because I've been on YouTube since 2008. Well, yeah, but no, because sometimes you have to take 2 steps back to go 20 forward. And while you may have thought that Foxhole was going to be something that was going to launch your career into another stratosphere, no, it was a learning curve for you, right? I'm gonna give myself use myself as an example. I've been on YouTube since 2016. I started off doing story times. Then I left that, did spirituality. I thought I'm gonna keep a buck with y'all. I thought I was really gonna take off with the spirituality business because, you know, it's so personal to me. And I really thought I was gonna have like 1 million subscribers and like really be, you know, because when it comes to spirituality readings, it's something that's in constant need because people constantly need healing. People are constantly searching for guidance, and there's a shit ton of money. Okay, like my personal readings are right now 300 a pop, but there are people out there charging 500 to 1,000 a pop. You know what I mean? Like it's just like another form of therapy, but the money is there. You know what I mean? And so I really thought that that was gonna take me out of here, and I was probably gonna be like a Sylvia Brown, and that's how I transitioned into music or whatever. And the universe was like, no. And then, you know, like it took me a long time to decide to build up this entertainment channel. Y'all saw me playing around uploading videos. Well, I mean, because I was about to say y'all saw me playing around uploading videos throughout 2023. And then recently I really started going ham, but like it was just because of like living situation. When your living situation is fucked up, you can't really do what you want to do, especially having like a home job. So it's hard. But after the Align Souls thing didn't work out, and you know, my intuition and God and the universe was telling me come back and build up an entertainment channel. I was like, well, why the fuck would I do that when I started with an entertainment channel in 2015? The fuck was the point of the last fucking 6-7 years if I'm just about to go right back into telling story times and being on the entertainment channel when I started doing reviews and entertainment videos? But you know, that took me a while, and I knew in 2021 that it was time for me to go back and do entertainment videos and build up an entertainment channel. Mind you, it's 2024 now. So this is 3 years ago. This is January 2021 that I knew it's time to get back into entertainment. And it took me a while. It took me a while, at least 2 years or so before I finally got comfortable. And then I said, you know what? Fuck it. Like I kept trying to make the spirituality business work. I kept trying, and kept hitting dead wall after dead wall. And I was running into the same situation over and over, the same frustration. And eventually I said, okay, fuck it. Let me come back. And, you know, long story short, obviously it's working out now and whatnot. But I say all of that to say, like, I had to realize, and this relates directly to Funky, because you look at it as though you know where you were in 2019. Then you get an opportunity for 2020 to rise above. In your head, you're thinking this is going to be it, especially when you've been grinding so long. Like for me, I'm 30. I've literally been grinding since I was like 11, 12. Like my story is like I grew up in the industry doing graphic design and web design for artists and celebrities and record labels and whatnot. So that's what I was doing as a kid. While everybody else was outside playing jump rope and I was hustling my ass off, because those are the days way before streaming, was available, and it was still all about artist development and getting discovered. And so I looked at it like, I can do graphic design. Let me hustle my way this way instead of being one of those people out in the corner saying, "Hey, yo, listen to my mixtape." And because I have these relationships built, that I'll be noticed. And obviously, it didn't pan out that way. Life didn't pan out that way because, technology changes shit. Social media came about, streaming came about. Life just changed, and it takes you different directions. But nonetheless, I've been hustling since 12. Always knew what I wanted to do for my career since 12. And you get to a point where, okay, now I'm on YouTube. I'm thinking, okay, I done made it. I got I was making 20,000 a month at one point before everything with YouTube apocalypse had happened. And um I had over 72 million views that I was doing. Like, I'm thinking, okay, I'm really about to make it, really about to make it. Then shit goes south. Then when I transfer over to the spirituality business, I really thought that was going to take off. That didn't. Then when I got the instructions top of 2021 to go back to the entertainment channel, I'm like, what am I doing all of this for? I've been working since I was 12. I had my ups and downs with YouTube, with the Storytime channel, then ups and downs with the spirituality channel. Like, what is going on? You feel like I've worked all this time. Why am I going 10 steps back? And I know there's a part of Funky that might have felt that way, where it was like, why would I go back to YouTube and just do YouTube videos if I was on Foxhole? Da, 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 like, I'd like, because he mentioned that there's other offers. And so, yes, he was making 250,000 with Foxhole, but like, he mentioned that there's other offers. And so there's going to be a part of him naturally that's like, I'm not here to just sit on YouTube and make videos. Like, clearly this Foxhole deal came around. Clearly people are interested because, maybe I should be doing something else. And again, I'm here to tell you, Funky, you're not. Sometimes you're meant to go 10 steps back and do something else, or what you think is about to launch a career. It's really not necessarily about to do that. It's just a period of growth, a period of learning. It's almost like a farm. You have different seasons, right? You have a manifestation season, you have a harvestation season, you have like a planting season, you have like a watering season, right? And each season serves its purpose, but there's one season where you're learning, and then you learn and learn and learn so that in the next season you can apply and be able to grow. And sometimes those learning seasons might look like I've made it and I can enjoy the fruits of my labor season, but really it's more so, no, you're just in this position or at that job or in this location or around these people or in that relationship, not because you've made it and it's the end all be all and you can celebrate, but because there's some lessons that you need to gain that you're gonna need to apply that knowledge for what's coming next, the level that's coming next. And so I say all of that to say Foxhole was a stepping tool. He was meant to go in and learn whatever, whether it was, getting more structured with time, being on a tight schedule. Okay. Because Funky's somebody who is very much like me. We don't operate on a schedule. We don't do well with 9 to 5s. We don't do well with having a boss. We have to operate off our energy and how we feel. Are the stars and moon aligned? Did I eat today? How's my attitude? Like, a lot of that goes into being a YouTuber, especially when you do it full time. And so, considering where he's about to go next in life, the universe could have felt like, okay, well, now we need you to get a little bit more structured. So here's a job where you're going to have to commit to, working for 4 or 5 days a week. Okay, we'll start you off at 1 day a week. Then it's going to be 2. Then it's going to be 3. Go up to 5. Can you commit to that 1 hour, 5 days a week? Okay, boom. Your salary is going to be this. Your lifestyle is not going to change. You're going to be okay. Once you show the universe that you can, it's just like, okay, you're learning what you need to. Maybe he needed to learn how to do professional lighting, how to do green screen, how to just get comfortable being on camera, whatever it is that he needed to learn. He was meant to take all of that and apply it to his next step and his next direction. The second that he left Foxhole, and I'm going to tell y'all a secret. This is how you know when you are on the brink of success and you are on the brink of your breakthrough. And it's crazy that he got a picture of church up here. This has nothing to do with like religion. You know, I'm super spiritual, not religious, but you know that your breakthrough is coming, or you are on the brink of your breakthrough, because it'll seem like your entire life is falling apart. The moment that he decided that he was leaving Fox Soul, what happened? All of a sudden, Flame Monroe is guest co-hosting. All of a sudden, you know, Tasha K is getting caught up. Now he really seeing who his friends is. All of a sudden, he realizing Claudia Jordan is behind the scenes, you know, throwing rocks and hiding hands and practicing shady business. You know, doing all of these things are going wrong, right? Going wrong. But what did I say? When you are in the midst of doing something uncomfortable, and things are chaotic, you will know that you're on the right path, because God will show you signs. You just have to pay attention. And had Funky been so caught up in the mess and the drama of it all, he would have lost sight and lost focus of God. And God in the universe is showing up through them numbers, through them super chats, through all them people that's supporting him daily. Okay, that have shown up and supported even before we knew that there was mess. Because he announced that he was leaving a week ago and people were showing up. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it was uncomfortable for him to leave. He said it on a live stream. I realized today, 250,000 I'm walking away from. You know, that's a lot of money. That's 21,000 a month. $21,000 a month on top of whatever he's getting from YouTube, you know? So it's uncomfortable. But again, stepping out of fear, stepping into faith. And as you do that, you could call it devil, you could call it lower vibrational entities, you could call it whatever you want. But when you try to do right, when you try to ascend to a higher level, the higher the level, the bigger the devil. Motherfuckers don't like that. Okay, so if you want to say you following God's plan, the devil don't like that, whatever wording you want to use, cool. But the second that he made that decision, he was done. Now all of a sudden it's chaos and all of that around him. And then you get tempted with an offer, right? And the offer looks so good, and it's just like, well, damn, I just left this. I wasn't happy at my job, really, and then I found the way to be out. I like it's the story is that he didn't even realize that his contract was coming up, and that it was time to renew a contract. So it was just like I wasn't really happy with certain things, but I was biting a bullet, and then boom, the universe provided a way, which was the contract needed to be signed, and he chose not to. And now in the midst of chaos, now that he's doing good, and like God is like showing him what life can be, giving him a glimpse of what's to come, you have all of this chaos going on around him. You got people trying to block his blessings. You know, you got people talking about him, spiritually weighing him down. You got people attacking him behind the scenes, on the scenes. You know, you got Tasha K and Flame intentionally doing shit and making up lies to ride off the coattails and try to drain the energy. Because again, that's another part of doing YouTube. Like I said, it's a lot of it is energy. This ain't McDonald's, baby. If we don't have the energy to get up here, we can't get up here. That affects us. So what people will sit on YouTube and do is, if I can't get to you, if I can't physically fuck you up, not that people will try to fight you, because people are pussy, but it's just like, I'm gonna drain your energy. I'm gonna start these rumors. I'm gonna make sure this gets across your For You page and you see that we talking about you, or you see that your name caught up in drama and a headline, because then it'll affect your energy, and then you won't even have the energy that you need to be able to perform for your people, for your subscribers. And then you ain't gonna want to go live. See, people sit and watch you and they study you, and then, you know. So again, in the midst of all of this chaos, he mentions that he has these offers from these other companies or whatever that want him to join their network or join their shows. And that would be what you consider temptation. You got these two apples, right? Or you could just say a whole bunch of apples. One apple is pure, these other ones are poisonous. Not a one that's pure. It's a little uncomfortable. You never seen one that looked like it. You never seen, you don't know how it's gonna taste. Da 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 da. But the ones that's poisonous, it looks familiar. Oh, I've had that before. I've eaten that before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know how it tastes. Da, da, da. I'm used to that. But you're not understanding that it's poisonous stuff. Because on the outside, what glitters is gold to you. So on the outside, it looks like everything is okay to stand the third. But meanwhile, on the inside, it's rotten. It's just painted all nicely just to make it look attractive for you. Kind of like on some used cars salesman type shit. And essentially, right now, the rotten apples that's painted nicely is the new jobs that's being offered to him. Because what a lot of people tend to do that's in Funky's position is, I gotta work. I can't. Like y'all start letting logic take over. And that's the thing. You are not meant to just simply be a logical person. Let logic apply when it comes to 2 + 2 is 4. But we are spiritual people. God is spiritual. God is love. God is energy. Utilize all of that within you. A lot of people have a feminine deficiency. That's why we live in a fucking patriarchy now. And it's being rebuilt and getting torn down by 2030. But that's part of the problem now, because so many people, instead of stepping out of fear and stepping in the face, is, I'm gonna pay my bills, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And it's just like, bitch, if you don't just chill and relax and understand that the universe got you, don't focus on the temptation, focus on what's uncomfortable, because that's where your goals and your future and your promises actually lie, in your true blessings. Because I kid you not, I don't know what Funky's gonna do, but I kid you not, if Funky takes another job offer similar to TGIF, and I bet you it's very, very similar, probably Dish Nation or something like it, like something very similar, watch he end up in a similar situation. Because that's what happens. See, y'all be asking for red flags and all of that from the universe, thinking that it's always going to be negative on the front end. Sometimes your red flag can come as Prince Charming. Sometimes your red flag can literally be a sunny day with no clouds. Red flags are literally designed to morph itself into whatever you deem attractive, or whatever. I don't even know how to put it. But whatever colored glasses you put on, that's what red flags are designed to look like. Because usually, like, what's actually meant for you, you don't know what it looks like. You don't know how it's going to be. You don't know what the experience is. So, you wouldn't know what to look for. But that's pretty much why I'm about to end this. It's time for Funky to build himself up. He built up Foxhole. He helped Maddie build up her channel. Don't look at TGIF as a loss or feel like I gotta hurry up and go get on another panel show. No, you was on that show for 4 years for a reason. Because the universe wanted to teach you about structure, get you used to live streaming, get you used to being back in front of an audience full time, long term. Like it's certain tools that you were meant to learn. Now you take that and apply it to yourself. And it's not going to be the same Funky Dineva from 2018 to 2019, because you're older, you're wiser, you're in a different tax bracket. And then now you have all of these tools that you learned from the side gig that the universe has you do, so that now you can come back and apply it to yourself and make it 2.0. Okay. So, I mean, I actually enjoyed this. I did not expect this video to be this long, but I actually enjoyed this. It's cute when we kiki, but it's also cute when I can like really dive deep with the spirituality talk and like really, really relate it. And like as I dive deeper with hot topics and I spend more time doing all of this, like I'm gonna definitely spend a lot more time, really bringing the spiritual aspect into it, because that's really what matters. My whole brand is aligning souls. We got to align everybody back to their highest frequency, highest God, highest energy, highest soul, whatever you want to call it. Like, so with time, as I get more comfortable, we're going to start merging these two worlds. But yeah, let me know what y'all thought about all of this down in the comment box below, as if I give a fuck. And make sure you stream my music as if you give a fuck. Claudia Jordan needs to be aired out. That's all I know. And I believe every last word. I believe she was behind the scenes doing some fucked up shit. I best believe it. I best believe it because her homophobic ass takes, I can't stand. Her fully feminist with no accountability takes, fully anti-men take, I can't stand. I can't stand. I can't stand. And 2024 is the year of exposure. It's the year of karma. So What's Dead in the Dark is going to come out in the light. And I literally said that in the last video that I did with Funky. I said, What's Dead in the Dark is going to come out in the light. And baby, it wasn't even 2 days later. It came out. So let me know what y'all thought about that. All that in the box below. Definitely go book you a personal reading on my website, thealignmentsouls.com. You can find that on screen and in the description box. I love all of y'all in HD audio, allegedly. Join the channel memberships, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Universal bad bitch, everybody language. Everybody knows she the mud bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language. Everybody knows she the mud bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language. Everybody knows she the mud bad. Universal bad bitch, everybody language. Everybody knows she the mud bad. Fuck it up, love it how they cutting up. Now these niggas throwing up, but wasn't when I'm coming up. Fuck it up, love it how they cutting up. Now these niggas throwing up, but